Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Nikki Kimball. The day before the 2012 Western States 100. How are you, Nikki?
I feel great.
Yeah, you have a lot of experience here. I believe 3 wins and a bunch of other top finishes, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I've raced it 6 times.
Yep. This year, about a month ago, you were running in Spain in Zagama, fell and broke your hand in 2 places. How has that affected your preparations? And I'd written this question for a written interview a couple days ago, but you're still in your cast and will be for the race. So.
Right. Well, it's actually affected it positively and negatively.
Mm-hmm.
I always use handhelds here at Western States. I mean, I might occasionally wear a hydration pack for about 20 miles, but I'm really more comfortable with handhelds, so I've had to learn to run with a hydration pack, so that's a little different.
Yeah.
And the fueling's a little difficult.
How do you open a gel?
With my teeth. I actually raced a 50 miler about 3 weeks ago so that I could learn how to race and how to fuel without the use of my right hand. And I can still use my thumb and forefinger. My middle finger's broken, as well as my hand. And so it was actually better than I thought. But the positive side, and there is a very positive side here, is that I can't work. I'm a physical therapist, and so I'm not getting paid, which isn't great, but I have had 4 weeks off, and I haven't had a vacation since 2001 because all of my time off from work is used to run.
It's race.
And to race, and just to race. So I'm actually more relaxed than I've ever been coming into this race.
Nice. Last year coming into this race, we ran a lot together in the early miles, probably from mile 10 to 50 almost.
Yeah.
And during that race, I mean, you'd had a couple down years in your running. And last year in your race, we were talking and you were like, if I finish 3rd or 4th, I've had a really good day and I'm on the way back. And you finished 3rd in a sprint finish with Cami.
Right.
So you sort of met your goal on the day. And going into this year, how did you feel about your running? What's a positive result for you this year?
A positive result would be, again, top 3. For the first time in years, I know I'm capable of winning it. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure that I will. I do well in adversity, and there's not much adversity here. It's going to be cool, and it's really a road runner's course. So given that, it definitely favors Ellie, Lizzie, and Cami, and lots of other people. I mean, Amy Sproston, and Megan, and there are a lot. I mean, there are 15 women here who could win the race.
Yeah.
But over the last few years, my confidence was so down that I didn't count myself in the people who would win this race, even though, I have. I mean, I'm certainly not as fast as I was in 07, but I'm faster than I was last year.
Yeah.
So
do you think you've continued on that positive trajectory?
Yeah, I think I have.
Excellent. One of the things I was really interesting to witness is you've garnered a reputation of being a very fierce competitor. But at the same hand, you were singing and cracking jokes and singing about the honey badger, let's say.
Right.
And later in the race, you are the honey badger.
Yeah.
So when you make that flip, that switch, does it just happen naturally during a race when you go from the fun Megan to the killer fun Nikki to the killer instinct, or what?
Yeah, it happens, and I don't do anything to have that happen. I mean, I don't know what happens. It's like something takes over. And it is like somebody flips a switch, because I'm not that competitive outside of racing, and I'm not that competitive for the first. You were with me those first 40 miles, and I'm just having fun and I'm enjoying myself, and I do better in races where I have fun for the first 50 or 60 miles or percent, and then maybe the last 30 to 40% really get into aggressive mode, and I think I need that dichotomy for me to race well.
Yeah. And
I haven't had that fierce gotta win, really competitive thing in several years. I've been kind of down and depressed about my running, but not like that positive fierceness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it come out? Did you get to unleash that a little bit at the end of last year's race?
No, not really.
How long
a
were
little
you and
bit.
Cami?
I caught Cami right before the finish, and actually, I'm pretty deaf, and she said to me, "Oh, you're not going to make me race for this, are you?" And I didn't hear her, so I didn't know what she said. So I just thought she wasn't talking to me, so I just went.
And she had said this, and then she thought you weren't talking to her.
Yeah, and so here we were thinking, wait a second, why is my friend not just running in with me? Because I would. I mean, Cami's awesome. I mean, I just I think the world of Cammie. She's just such a great person, in running and beyond. And so it, it was just really funny. And I actually didn't really care much who won the sprint, but I was like, well, if I got a sprint, I got a sprint, know? And I actually had fun, like, even during that sprint. I mean, I know I don't have road speed, I don't have track speed, but it was wicked fun to play that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's interesting with you and Cammie and Megan. There's the Masters women's field is
intense,
as deep as the.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's a couple others.
There are a couple others.
Howard?
Liza Howard just turned 40.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think there are a couple others who are.
Totally.
Fast. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, a couple years ago, it literally would have been 4 people you could figure, to be a top 4. They could have, all been. I mean, you still could be.
Right.
So it's just incredible to see that the durability and duration at the top of the sport you guys have had, all of you. So with you and Cammie and
I mean,
and Megan particularly.
It's tough. I mean, it's tough aging.
Yeah.
I mean, I started racing ultras in '99, and I think that's a long time to be trying to race at a top level and race a lot of races every year. I think, I lasted about 8 to 9 years running fast, and then I just had a huge slowdown.
Do you think having those couple years that were down years, both physically and mentally, and it was almost taking a break?
Well,
could you ramp back up from that? Could that almost
I hope so,
give you a little more energy?
With hindsight, I should have taken 2009 completely off.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have the guts to do it. And I think I'd be racing a lot better now if I had just taken the year off.
Yeah.
And, if I could tell that to somebody who was starting to experience that slowdown after, 8 to 10 years of racing ultras, I would say, take the year off. I mean, you'd come back way stronger. We're seeing it like in Dave Mackey took a bunch of years off and came back strong. You usually just see people when they start to slow down, if they've been on the top, quit. Mm-hmm. And not stay with it. But I love the sport. I love the people who do it. I want to stay with it. Yeah. But I should have taken a year off.
Well, you have been ramping it back up with great runs at Transvolcania and Zagama this year, and best of luck here at Western States.
Thank you.